1, 2, 3, clap. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, sending me messages in the middle of the night, excited about Penn and Teller tickets. That's Brogan Hastings.
And waking me up from the best dream I've ever had with messages about actually having to record this episode was Wayne Giovanazzi.
See, I had a feeling that you were either still asleep or dead in a ditch somewhere, because it's not very often on a Sunday that it gets to almost time to record and I haven't heard from you.
I have no excuse. It was just a very good dream. So,
okay. See, we've queued up 3 different possible. This is where we need someone to do the choose your own adventure shit, because we got 3 different directions this conversation can go now. So I don't know which way to take it.
Let's start with yours. Let's start with your intro bit, which is me sending you an excited message.
Oh, you mean the one where we mentioned a couple of guys? You know, one of them is Teller and the other one is
Hey, buddy, nice podcast.
Yeah, that guy. So,
yeah.
It's not like you woke me up in the middle of the night. I could walk in my sleep.
No, because you didn't reply for ages.
Yeah, exactly. See, I wake up sporadically through the night and I will look at my phone because I think it's kind of the curse you have now when you've got a friend on the other side of the world who's awake when you're asleep. It's like, something might have happened. There might be cool information or cool news, which in this case it happened to be. And what was it that you were excited about? Hang on. The message I believe you sent me, it was a screenshot and yes. And that's all it said.
So we've been waiting for Penn and Teller to update their tickets to show what dates they're going to be when. And they did. And it was great. Finally.
Kind of vague. But yes, we've been waiting to see if there's going to be tickets available for when we plan on traveling next to Vegas, because that's what we want to do. Of course, that's what we do. Yeah. We go and see Penn and Teller. Mm-hmm. So now, choose your own adventure time. We can either keep on going on with this talk, which actually, yes, we will, because then that can lead to the other intro bit, which was you talking about waking up for a dream. That works perfect. We're not setting this up segue wise, but it's just going to happen naturally. So pretend that you didn't hear this, dear listener. Yesterday I was going through all the footage, not all of it. Me and Kez were watching our holiday videos from last time we were in Vegas, and got up to the part just before Scoop Fest, and it's in the Penn and Teller Theatre, and I sent you a photo of the video of that nice empty chair right in front of me. If it wasn't for that chair getting filled, I don't think we would have a name for our podcast.
I know. That's what I mean, technically it's a picture taken moments before disaster.
Yeah, that's right.
But at the same time, the best kind of disaster, a disaster you look back on fondly, which I can say because I wasn't involved. I just got to hear the fallout.
Imagine.
I got pissy Wayne saying, I'm not going again. Actually, I might go again.
I already paid good money to go and see this once and it's been ruined. Why should I do it again? And I can't afford the same seats. That's just ludicrous. They're not even available anyway. For those who don't know, you need to listen to our there's multiple places you can listen to it. Yeah, you can listen on our first episode, probably second episode, maybe on the Hey Scoops podcast or on the Piff Pod. This story is told in multiple places.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally an ICS episode named after the bit that our podcast is named after. Yeah,
just search Ice Cream Social Hey Buddy Nice Podcast, and
Hey Buddy Nice Hat.
That works because because we derived our name from it. That's right. Hey Buddy Nice. I'm glad that that is what's taken over my head now. Instead of Hey Buddy Nice Hat, it's Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. But imagine if that didn't happen. We would have gone with the name for our podcast, Fucking Foreigners, and we would have been cancelled like straight away. We'd be gone.
Yeah. We did have other options. They weren't as good. I mean, there was the Matt Donnelly Appreciation Hour.
Yeah.
Which probably would have felt bad with, because there's been a couple episodes where it's been like the King Lord Mr. Dr. Timothy Esquire Appreciation Hour.
Yes. I gotta say, in the physical scoop mail that you sent through to the boys on their latest episode, I really appreciated that you referred to Jim as Lord Mr. Dr. Timothy, and Matt's reading it like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Matt Donnelly, who totally exists, by the way.
Completely real person. Yeah, I fully expected Jacob to open that. So I fully expected Jacob to ignore most of the shit in that box.
Yeah. But did it say care of Matt Donnelly, or did it just say, was it just addressed to Matt Donnelly?
He's right. It was Matt Donnelly, care of Ice Cream Social. Because I had to put an individual on it because of the customs form.
Yeah, the customs, it's gotten so fucking weird now that you have to, you're meant to declare every single item that's in the box, right?
Yeah.
And like when I sent you your care package, there was like 15, 20 different individual things. And they give you room to put down 4 fucking things on the custom form. It's like so stupid. And the concern is... I was going to say that the concern is that in some countries, there's like import taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Over here, you can send pretty much anything you want and say whatever value, because we don't have to pay import taxes. But I don't know if sending shit to you, if I say send you something that's worth $200, not that I would, and I declare that, would you have to pay any form of import taxes in your country?
I don't know. I know I've had to pay import taxes before. I know that Chris sent me a Christmas present. Chris sent me a couple of Christmas presents, which I'm very, very excited for, and I will be able to open them a week today, because we're recording this on Sunday the 18th.
Holy shit, Christmas is a week away? Oh my God. Do you know how much shopping I have to do?
So yes, I know that there was like import taxes on that he actually phoned the parcel force and said, give me the reference so I can pay this and get it delivered. And I, like years and years ago, a friend of mine designed a couple of t-shirts and I got them, and I had to pay import taxes on that. It's one of the reasons why, as much as I like Society 6, I don't get them delivered here.
What is Society 6?
So you know what? So Redbubble, TeePublic, all that kind of sites where you upload your own designs and get it sent somewhere.
So for example, it's like an online shop that someone could pimp their wares, say, and then given a website address to it, like nicepodbud.com/store, maybe? Mm-hmm. There's still a few shopping days before Christmas when this comes out.
Yeah. Although probably not if you're in the UK, because our Royal Mail is shit.
My mail's doing all right. I mean, I've just ordered a new graphics card, and it's coming from, well, I say it's like 2 suburbs over, right? But it's getting picked up, and then it's being taken like to the city just to come back here. But it's not like it's taking forever, which is like the first it's been like that in years. Mm-hmm.
But ours is, because there's so many strikes, so there's like 2 days out of every week that are like just write-offs.
Yeah, so there's been 1 strike, and there's obviously been 2 if there's been so many. Has there been 3 strikes?
They're not out yet, so no, I don't know.
No, I was going to say, let's try this again. So there's been 1 strike, and there's been multiple, so 2. Would you say there's been 3 strikes?
No.
Let's try this one more time.
Am I supposed to say yes?
3rd time's a charm. So there's been a strike, so obviously, and then like there's 2nd strike, because, would you say there's been 3 strikes?
Yes.
Oh, so I guess you could say it's a turkey, which is going to be relevant later on in the podcast during art talk. I promise you.
That was painful. That was actually fucking painful to get to for such a for a non-payoff.
Sorry that you're not up on your bowling lingo, Brogan.
I didn't even know that was bowling lingo. I thought you were just saying words, and I was like, okay.
3 strikes in a row is a turkey. It's a gobble gobble. It? Yeah. It's not gobble gobble, it's a turkey. Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
So So yeah, you're struggling to get post. Then is that right?
Yeah. So been super fun. It doesn't seem to have been too bad with like Amazon or stuff because they're a separate delivery company. But
oh man,
oh, well.
I just realized, right? One of the things that I wanted to talk about, I can't talk about. I can only talk to you about it because it can't be on the air and it can't be bonus content, and that's a damn shame. Because I was
do you want to talk about it now and
that.
Just cut it out?
No, we'll talk about it later. But I guess we can can continue on. But so yeah, I was watching the little videos, and photos.
Mm-hmm. Before we go, I just going to segue into dreams because I want to talk about dreams. Good.
Yes,
good,
it
good,
is.
good.
It's segueing, and that's what I can't talk about. Is one of these dreams. But how was I doing this? Oh yeah, so after Penn and Teller, that's when I'm watching more videos, and then I realized, oh shit, Brogans are going to start appearing in these videos, which kind of threw me for a loop because sometimes I forget that you're just not an internet person that I talk to over Zoom.
Yeah, it's an easy mistake to make. We are on different time zones.
It's been a few months now, hasn't it? What was it? March? April. It was April. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, so it's been 8 months since we were last in America. Yeah, that's crazy. But then after, of course, this is the origin story of Red Signal. So next is Scoop Fest. And, well, technically it was the Bucket Show. But I didn't watch all of the Bucket Show because we've got the whole thing recorded. But I will watch it. All right, no, let's go for that. That was my dream, right? It was I was at the Bucket Show in my dream, and that nothing really. This was the boring dream. It was just a good dream because it was at the Bucket Show. But I was sitting next to someone who I haven't seen in years, and I'm like, "What are you doing here, bud?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm here to see the Bucket Show." It's like, I didn't even know you knew who Matt and Mattingly were. It's like, oh, I don't, but I heard that the Bucket Show was on. It's like, this is weird. Man, this is nowhere near as good as the other dream that I can't discuss. That's a shame.
So it's nowhere near as good as my dream. But
no,
I'm hyping this up, and this is probably exciting only to me.
Probably.
You know? Yeah.
Were there zombies involved?
No, there were not. There were not, but the person on your cup was involved.
Mr. Rio All Suites Hotel and Levate. Me speak well. Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes, that's how I will refer to him from now on.
Okay.
So I had a dream. It didn't start off well because I was working in the Glasgow office for my work. So I went out to get something, to go and buy something. And as I was heading back to the office, I thought, I'm going to stop in to this little Sainsbury's corner shop and get myself a bottle of juice, which, as we know, is what I refer to Pepsi Max as. Who was standing behind the counter but freaking Teller?
Oh.
Right? I'm like, oh, hi, Teller. He went, oh, hi, Brogan. And he knew my name, and it was great.
But hang on. Was it weird that he was speaking? Because he was in a professional environment. And normally he doesn't speak in a professional environment. So
in this dream, although he was a magician, he was a partner at the law firm I work at.
But so he was like, working... Wait, hang on. Was he working at this place where you went to buy your Pepsi Max?
Kind of. I'm not sure. It was like unmanned.
Mm.
It was very weird. And then he was like, oh, come on. I was like... He's like, oh yeah, no, I'll meet you upstairs. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm just going to buy a thing and then I'll come talk to you. And then upstairs it was like a restaurant thing and we sat and talked for ages and it was great. It's
like, so, okay, let's time to interpret your dreams. Mm-hmm. So 1, you're at work. That shows that you hate your life because you're at work. No one wants to dream about work. Part of that was about the dream that I can't talk about either. Not you at work, it was me at work. And then you went to go get a Pepsi Max. Was it a Pepsi Max or was it something else?
I think I ended up getting something else, but I can't tell you what that thing was. But
see,
I think the intention was a Pepsi Max.
That shows that change is coming in your life, right? You're used to the Pepsi Max, the standard day in, day out, regular old fave. You know, that's what I would go for as well, except for today I'm having a straight up full cancer Coke.
Does it count if I wasn't actively aware of picking another beverage?
Oh, so it transformed in your hand. For example,
I don't even remember picking up the bottle of Pepsi Max. I just remember saying, I'll meet you upstairs, and then me being at the till with this, and I bought a big bag of sweets. Sorry, Mother.
This is new information.
Yeah.
This is all making sense now. I bought this
bottle thing and this big bag of sweets specifically because I was like, I can share this with Taylor. Taylor would just like a thing. Because I like giving people things, especially chocolate.
A bag of sweets because Teller is your sweet and you want to put Teller in a bag to take away home with you to keep forever.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay.
For legal reasons.
And that comes to the other part of your dream, which is Teller also working in the law firm. Yes. For legal reasons, we're not allowed to discuss this ever.
Yes.
Oh, shit, we're recording.
We could probably discuss this. I did have a moan about work to him, and I think it's because I'd been talking about the fact that certain partners at my job didn't know I was leaving or didn't know the circumstances of my leaving. So I was having a rant to him, and Taylor didn't know in this dream, despite being a partner on the board.
Oh, so he was gutted when he learned about it? Is that what happened?
He was!
Oh,
he was.
No.
I know. I was like, I've disappointed you.
How could you do that to poor
I don't
Taylor?
know. I know. I was sitting next to her and I was like, I will take a counter offer, Taylor. I will take a counter offer.
His heart is currently mending and you've just gone and ripped it out of his chest.
I know. It was horrible, but he was so sweet about it.
So now that you have destroyed Teller's heart, are you going to try and have another dream where you can mend it for him?
I mean, probably. Because I woke up to a text from you saying, are you ready to record soon? And I went, oh, I mean, I guess. I was like, I could try and go back to that dream, but I know it's one of those dreams that will be forever out of reach.
So your phone was not on silent?
My phone... My phone's always on silent.
Then how did it go...
I woke up to a text message from you, not...
Oh, okay. You didn't wake up from a text message, so I did not ruin that for you.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
You sent the message about 2 minutes before I woke up.
Oh, that's pretty good timing.
So, excellent timing. Yeah. But if I'm dozing, because it's on vibrate, I'll hear it.
Yeah.
But I don't... Does anybody have their phone on loud anymore?
I have to, because I get phone calls, work-related and stuff. Only, it's on silent until I leave the house, basically.
Even then, mine is on the vibrate.
Yeah. Well, if I don't... I have it on noise so I can hear it when I'm at home as well, because otherwise I'll miss important text messages and stuff like that. And like you say, if you send me a message and I don't reply pretty straight away, you're like, Wayne hates me.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have to consider that as well. Yeah. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Shit. Are you capable of lucid dreaming? Because you could go lucid dream state and try and bring back that dream.
I don't think so. I think I've tried, but I've never been able to be quite successful at it. I should maybe try again. Any
time that I've been aware that I'm dreaming, that it always follows the same process. And since I since I've read that you should always try and do something like look at the time or read your phone or check for something that you've always got on you to confirm that it's a dream, because you won't be able to do it. And then it will trigger in your mind that it's now a dream and you can sort of start to take control. So now when I'm aware of that, all I'm doing the whole time is trying to read a text message on my phone or something and realizing I can't read it. And that just becomes the rest of the dream until I wake up. It's pointless.
I think I've been aware it's been a dream once, but it's been oh, this is a dream. Wake up.
Yeah.
It's it's like there's not been any time to process.
Yeah, it's because it's also on the fringes of waking up anyway, is usually when lucid dreaming kicks in.
Yeah.
Before that, I would realize I'm dreaming. It's right, what am I going to do? I don't know. And it just goes back to normal dreaming.
Yeah.
Look, this isn't our Christmas episode, but it is the start of the season. Very special season, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Do you know what season it is?
I don't. I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, then you probably don't want to agree with me, because today marks the start of spider season.
No!
Yes. Officially, I've deemed it the start of spider season. And not just in the sense of the spiders are coming out. I also feel it's in the sense of duck season, wabbit season, where they need to be shot or killed, something. Because it was a warm day today, yeah? And the first real warm day is when the spiders come out. And they have started to come out.
That sounds like a really horrible children's nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme. There's one nursery rhyme I know of.
Today's
the
day the spiders come out.
See, what's the spider one? What's the Incy Wincy Spider? It ends up bad. It starts okay for the spider. It goes bad, but it all ends well for the spider.
Yeah.
I think if it was a nursery rhyme, it's either going to end up well for the spiders or they're just going to be all dead. I prefer that. No, see, the spiders are friends, though. They kill all the bugs. That's the problem, right? Mm-hmm. So I was hanging out laundry on my clothesline, which no one has seen, because I forgot to take a photo of it and post on our thing. Oh, I didn't even post your clothesline. Shit. We should probably do that one day. And I look up and I was like, oh, there is a big black spider. It must be starting to be spider season. So then I look up above me and it's like, oh, yep, there's another big black spider. And yeah, they're all coming out. What? Rather than photos, I'll take a video because that might convey it a bit better.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I visited my grandpa yesterday and we were talking about stuff. And I mentioned the fact I was like, oh yeah, I'll either do it or when I move to Vegas. He said, will Australia not be your next stop? And I said, no, because I've seen the size of those freaking spiders. Because I don't swear in front of my grandpa. I've seen the size of those spiders and I am not going there. Wayne says it's a normal sized spider and it's not a normal sized spider, it's a fucking monster.
With legs
That's
out.
A big spider.
That's with legs out. Body is okay.
That's a big spider.
A big spider is a hunt. No, that's
You've lost perspective.
This is a small spider. It's the size of a movie octopus holding a fake cigarette. Microphone abuse. Look, I haven't seen a large spider in years, right? It's been a long time since I've seen a very big spider. And I need some wood to touch because I don't remember the last time I saw a huntsman. Kez is shaking her head because I'm talking about it, and it's probably going to happen now. I'm fucking jinxing it. But look, I'm very disappointed in you, Brogan.
Why? What have I done?
Exactly. More like, what haven't you done?
This is the thing that you said. I'm so disappointed in you without context, and I was like, what the fuck have I done?
Even a photo, anything. It's like, why would you not tell me that? I mean, I know it's kind of obvious, but that it is snowing in Scotland.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I never thought about it.
Do you know how I found out? I had to ask Google, and Google's like, it is currently snowing in Scotland right now. It's like, thanks, Google. At least someone cares.
There's still snow on the ground. I've just checked. Not a lot, but
I feel like that's the important information that I should be told. Not every time that it snows, but, oh, hey, it's like when I kindly say to you, guess what, Brogan? Today it's the start of spider season. Yes, that is today. Actually today, the day that it happened. It's, I don't know, how long has it been snowing there?
I mean, I think you're implying that, it would be a kindness not to tell me about spider season. So you can't really equate them.
If you don't know, you can't be prepared.
Do you know what? I think it's because I've been off all week, so I never really actually saw it snowing.
Okay, so you've not ventured outside of your office or bedroom. Is that what I'm hearing?
I have, but when I have, it's already snowed. It's not snowing.
Okay.
So I'm like, it snowed. That'll be the end of it, and then it's not.
So when it snows, are you just like, It's just more weather. Is that all it is?
It's like, oh, right, yeah, it's Christmas.
Oh, okay. So you directly relate snow to Christmas, do you?
Yes and no. I'm reluctant to fully go in on the yes with that one because multiple times it has snowed on my birthday, including the day that I took my first driving lesson.
Does it normally snow in April?
April 1st, yes. Not often, it's not usually a lot of snow, but it has been known to snow in April, March.
It's
April
probably,
time.
I imagine it like when, where is it? I can't remember where it is now, but it might be Mount Barker. Every now and then you'll hear, it's been a decade or two since I remember this, but it's like, it's snowing in Mount Barker, which is weird to think that it would snow anywhere in WA. But it's like when they talk about Mount Charleston in Vegas and going sledding and stuff. That just seems very weird.
Yeah, that's it. That's not right.
Yeah. You said something. Your driving test. So the day you took your driving test, it was snowing.
Not my driving test, my first driving lesson.
Oh,
so
okay.
That would have been when I was 17, 16 or 17. I think 17. A 17th birthday. Whichever do you know what? This is so bad, I remember this. Whichever year The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus came out on DVD. Because I got that...
Is that what it was called? Wait, I might be thinking of something else.
It's the Terry Gilliam film.
Okay, it's not what I'm thinking of.
What were you
Not thinking of Mr. Megarium's Imaginarium or whatever the hell that thing is called.
No. 2009, so however old I was in 2009. How old was I in 2009? 2009 seems young. Doesn't seem right.
2009, let's see. It's currently year of our Lord 2022. So 2022 minus 2009, or 22 minus 9.
Mm-hmm. I would have been 16 in 2009. Was I really 16 when... Oh, so it came out in 25th of December 2009, so it would have been 2010. That's... Yeah, so I would have been 17. My 17th birthday.
These are the important details that we need.
Important details for me, yes.
What was the movie called that came out on Blu-ray?
The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
And do we recall what company did the upscaling of 4K to Blu-ray?
It has not been upscaled. It was released natively on Blu-ray.
Okay.
So that was... I got home from school, was sitting watching that DVD, having my lunch, and the door went. And I had just assumed, because it was snowing, that the lesson was cancelled, despite no contact. So my driving instructor was there, and I was like, oh, give me a second.
You live in a country where it snows. I think you're expected to drive in snow.
It wasn't even a lot of snow. It was a smattering. It was a light dusting of icing sugar snow.
Yeah, powdered sugar.
Yeah, powdered sugar.
So how old were you when you got your actual license?
16. 17 even, sorry.
Okay.
Well, I got my provisional well before I started driving, but my actual I have passed was about 8 months after I started learning. So it was the October of the 2010.
Okay. I got my
12
2010. Years. I got my license when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I left it way late.
So 20.
You're trying to do... Yeah, you got a lot of maths to do here. I can tell you what year it was. I think it was 2007 off the top of my head. Oh, God.
You were born in 85?
Correct.
Yeah, 2006.
2006? Shit. That means... Because I got my...
Having said that, your birthday is quite late in the year, so...
It's past the halfway point. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I got my license. I pretty much needed my license for the job at Game because it would have been too much trouble to public transport to get there every day. But it was I'd already gotten the job. We went away for training to South Australia because this was going to be the first game store in our state. So we were going for 2 weeks with a break in the middle at the weekend back at home. Went for the first week, came back. During that break in the middle is when I actually got my license. And if I hadn't have passed, I would have been like, yeah, I might not be able to keep this job, which in retrospect is stupid. Like,
yeah,
It's not like I didn't get my license, I'll never be able to drive, so I can't do this job anymore. Because it's not like I needed the license to do the job. It's stupid.
Yeah. And some people it takes I think it took my brother 4 or 5 times to pass the written version of the test, and about the same to pass the actual test.
Really?
Mitchell took a lot of goes to pass the actual test.
Does Mitchell listen to this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Mitchell doesn't support me in my endeavours.
Well, then, in that case, I won't tell Mitchell to try harder in all his endeavours in life. I mean, if you're failing this many times at just something as basic as your driver's license, you're not putting in enough effort in your life, mate.
Mitchell is winning at life in general. That's the only thing I hold over him, okay? The driving test is the only thing I beat him in, okay? I was born first, and I passed my driving test first. That's the only things.
Is he the kind of person who doesn't even have to try as well? Is it that annoying?
Oh yes. Mitchell's the kind of person that gets accidentally delivered a $2,000 food mixer that no one else claims because the company says they sent him the right thing. It belongs to nobody, so he can then sell it and make $2,000.
What are you doing selling a food mixer? Everyone needs a food mixer. Well, I guess that's how he sold it, because someone else needed it, yeah.
Yeah, for $2,000 though?
Yeah, he should have been selling it for, at least knock off 200 off of it, It's a second-hand market, people.
Yeah, but it was, brand new in box. So...
This is the story
that's the kind of things... Yeah,
this is the story he tells you.
I've seen the food mixer.
Oh, look, this is starting to sound like... I don't know Mitchell. This is the first real story I've heard about him. But I'm starting to think there might be, some... I'm not going to say organised crime going on, but maybe some underhanded sort of dealings this food mixer actually fell off the back of a truck, if you know what I mean. But I better tell Brogan that, I accidentally got sent this. So he has to, come on, I accidentally got sent a $2,000 food mixer from some company. Did he actually order anything from this company or just showed up at his address?
No, he had ordered a shirt. And when the mixer was delivered, they marked it on the file that his shirt was delivered, and he says, I haven't got this fucking shirt.
No. I'm not buying this at all. This is
Do you know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is, I think Mitchell can lie. If this was me, my mother would be able to tell instantly if I was lying. I can't lie for shit. I'm going to suck at this game, and I am pointing to you lying sack.
Oh, you lying sack, yes.
Yeah.
It's these events may or may not have happened, but it sounds a lot like this plausible event that may or may not have happened, right? But this is stories of game. We're in this era at the moment, so we'll talk about game. I started managing the game store in my local area. We won't say where it was. But there was also another store that opened up recently, within weeks of us opening, called Game Traders, right?
Ooh.
All the time, we would get their deliveries, they would get ours, because to a courier, they're not paying much attention. They're just reading. They see Game Traders. Oh, I know that place. Both sort of pink and grey colour schemes as well. Very hard for a courier. I mean, they got a lot going on. Quite often, we would get a small delivery of theirs, they would get ours, and we would take it over. So, we got this by accident, or vice versa, right? But then there was a time when we were missing a rather large order, and it wasn't anything expensive, really. It was just a few boxes of new release titles that were coming out. And we were pretty sure that they received it. And we asked them if they'd gotten it. It was no, not at all. It's all right, fine, whatever. So I don't remember what happened with that. We just said we never received it. That's head office's problem. That's for them to deal with. But then the next week we got delivered 16 boxes, and we opened them all up, and it's whole bunch of Wii consoles, whole bunch of PlayStation 3s, Xbox 360s. All right, we'll pack them out the back, and what the hell? Where's the packing slip? There's usually a packing slip with the consignment number, which we type into the computer and accept the stock. And it just nothing. So we don't know what to do. And then one of the other people working there goes, oh, this says it's for game traders. It's like, well, a bit late now. We've already opened up all the boxes. Nothing more we can do. Allegedly. This is all allegedly.
Yeah.
So what do you do with these multi-$1,000 worth of consoles that don't exist on a system? There's nothing you can do with them. Nothing at all. No, we wouldn't do that ever. There's other better stuff you can do with that. Just thinking of a few things. I mean, one thing you could do is you could sell them, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. That's like I had a boss at an electronics store. He worked at a place that used to sell exercise equipment, and they were a big player in our state. And there were guys that would just sell them, just sell a treadmill to you out the back of the warehouse, just ripping off the store. So that's a bit too close to that. So no, not going to do that. One thing that someone could do, I guess, is say maybe trade them into the store that they work at for store credit. That's something that they could do if they wanted, but I don't know. That seems a bit dodgy, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, especially with that when there's like 16 Wii consoles, it might start to show up on paperwork, you know? Like 20 Xbox 360s getting traded in, that just seems a bit... that's too dodgy. Another 12 PlayStation 3 slimline models? No, that shouldn't... It would get flagged, surely. Surely it would get flagged, you'd think. So what you would do is you wouldn't trade them all in straight away at the same time. You would stagger it, you know, when you wanted to buy something. It's like, gee, Greg is trading in a lot of Xbox 360s. I wonder why Greg has so many Xbox 360s. This is a little bit weird. So what Greg would do, Greg should probably do it under different names each time. That would just make more sense. And I mean, it would look sus if Greg was doing this under like the same rewards card because it doesn't have Greg's name on it. So do it under other names. You know, it just makes sense.
Allegedly.
This
is that's just an hypothetical idea.
That's an idea. That was just an idea of what one could do.
Yes. We here at Hey Buddy Nice Podcast do not recommend or endorse any kind of illegal activity unless you can get away with it.
That's correct, yes. Speaking of driving licenses and game, though, my friend, dollar bill your Mr. Stephen Money, he got his license day of the Great Hailstorm. Ooh. It was very, very bad storm. Hail damage to many cars, and he finished. I think it was a late night trade, so I was working the night, and he'd gone home end of the day, and he'd been gone for about an hour, and then out of nowhere, his dad just walks into the store, and he's like, "Is Stephen still here?" It's like, no, he's already left for home. It's like, oh God, I don't want him driving in this on the first day he's got his license. It's like, I'm sure he'll be fine. Now I feel bad for letting him go.
Oh God.
I was about to start telling more and more Stephen Money stories, but I can't because we need to get Stephen Money. Money, if you're listening, we need to still organise a time to get you onto an episode because we've got some stories to tell, my friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how do you go driving in snow? Do you enjoy it? Do you hate it? Is it just is what it is?
I think it just kind of is what it is. It's not... I think I would prefer driving... I prefer driving in snow to... I prefer the snow being there than the snow having been there overnight and frozen.
Yeah.
That's so much worse. And I don't particularly like... This is very specific. Driving at night on the motorway while it's snowing. Because it's incredibly hypnotizing.
Oh, okay.
And I can't concentrate. I have to... It's active engagement on a straight road that I know. It's very hard.
Is it hypnotizing like stage hypnotizing where like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you just start bucking like a chicken?
No, it's kind of like... You know how... I don't know if this happens to you, but this certainly happens to many people. But you ever talking to me and you're like, Brogan has zoned out about 10 minutes ago?
Usually it happens when you're looking at your phone at the same time. I've noticed a couple of times, but that I put down to being preoccupied. I think it happened one time you got zoned out while we were recording.
Yeah, it happens a lot. That's kind of what happens. It's just like everything. It's not conscious. It just everything turns off. And it's like, oh, look at the pretty colors. Like looking at a kaleidoscope, right?
Would you say it's a dissociative state?
Yes.
Okay. Is this something that has caused issues in the past? We're going into serious talk now. I don't have a joke or anything.
Yes and no.
Okay. Because that word.
Disassociation.
Yeah, that one. It can be quite severe.
It's not. It doesn't last for a huge amount of time, I've noticed. And I can become aware that it's happened and just kind of try and pull myself back in. But I have instances where I've become aware. Like, I think the last time I'm aware of it happening was when I was talking to my mum. And my mum was giving me instructions, and I was suddenly aware that I was just looking at her and I hadn't taken anything. And I said, "Mum, I'm really sorry. You're going to have to repeat everything you said." And to make sure that I didn't zone out again, she said one line and I repeated it back to her.
And then she slapped you in the face just to make sure you were listening. You need to get eggs and milk.
How many slaps was that? Okay, so I have to get 5 things.
Yeah. Just count the red.
My mother does not
slap
me. My mother has never slapped me. Please, mother, do not get a complex. I'm, implying that you slapped me.
No. I was not implying that you are getting abused at home or anything like that.
No, but it happens with it. A big problem is I'm not always aware when it happens, or like my brain doesn't reboot in time to say, I have no idea what you said. The person's already walked away. It's 10 minutes later. And I'm like, oh shit, you asked me to do something and I don't know what it was. Lara, who I used to work with at Shepherd and Wedderburn, was really good at catching me, because she would be in the middle of a conversation and she'd go, "Are you there? Come on, Brogan." I'd be like, "Oh, I am so sorry." She's like, "No, you did the thing again."
When I snap my fingers, you will be awake.
She would snap at me.
If nothing has happened.
She didn't always snap at me, but she did snap at me a couple of times.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And it worked.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
See, the only time that happens to me is if I'm. It's not like I'm zoned out. I'm just not paying attention. That's all it is. I'm doing something else, or that's. I think that would be. I don't know what would anger people more, if they realize that you've just zoned out unintentionally, or if you're not listening to them unintentionally.
Yeah, I think it's hard. If it's both unintentional, then it's not really anybody's fault. But...
Yeah. No. I don't know about that. I guess it's getting close to time for art talk. We could do some art talk, yeah.
Ooh, we could do art talk.
Look, if we had some music for art talk, I've got some buttons queued up here. Like, there's one button that I could. No, I won't touch it.
Cut all that out.
No, I will not cut all that out. And yes, listener, you're hearing it. You're just hearing me saying, no, I will not cut that out randomly, because we're not cutting something out. But we did just cut something out, just so you know. I mean, full clarity here. You deserve to know. But it's just something we're going to talk about next episode instead. But we're doing art talk. And I was under the impression that you had done nothing for art talk this week, Brogan, because you've been not working, slacking off. That's what you do. I didn't even ask you why you were not working. Actually, I think I did, but you said you were just forced to take holidays or something. You
didn't ask me on air, and I think you meant to. No, basically, we have to use our holidays by the end of the year. And I had 2 weeks and a day left to take, even after Vegas. I was like, what the hell? How did that happen?
That's insane.
And they're not letting us carry any holidays over. So, so I had to use them. And it's not to their benefit, because it's to my benefit because I get weeks off. But
yeah. If you were to have left your job, would you get paid out your holiday? Like, I mean, if you still had holiday leave when you leave your job, will you get them paid out to you?
When I leave, I will have accrued 2 days of holiday.
Yes.
That I will get paid for. According to HR. That's not me just making up numbers. That's according to HR.
So that will cover day of flight to Vegas and first day in Vegas.
Yes.
Done. See, I no, that can be next episode as well. Yeah, that makes more sense. Never mind. Art talk. We're running out of time anyway, so we need to do art talk. So what have you drawn this week, or at least released this week? Or you didn't even post it yourself? Yeah.
No, I didn't. I've been very busy this week because our good friend Jobeth, Elton Magic Scoop, and now known as Judgmentalist, formerly the Almost Psychic, asked if I could do him a poster for him and Matt's performance in Elkton. By the time this episode releases, full details will be up because they're not currently up, but they are.
Yes.
So he asked me to do a poster and then copies of tickets and a booklet.
Oh.
So the poster version 1 is up. Poster version 2 with all the details on it and the link to purchase tickets will be going up on Monday, I believe. And yes, I've been doing fancy versions of tickets and a very small, working on a souvenir program booklet thing.
You'll have to show me the tickets because I don't know if they were posted because Kez has asked me to do up some tickets for someone. So it'd be good to see that and get an idea. And I have to say, Jobeth changing his handle threw me for a loop. I could not find him on Twitter and I needed to talk to him. And then I'm like, that's right. He direct messaged me. And not just to be even more confusing, he dropped in the Not So Good at This drawing stream on Saturday, but under another completely different name as well. It's
Psychic-ish.
No.
No?
It was something completely different altogether. And he's just like, oh yeah, this is apparently the name that I'm logged in under on my phone right now.
Okay. Was it Barber's Law or something?
No, not Russ something. I think it was Joe, but he said it was Judge Psychic. So should I assume it was him?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's... He did warn me in advance that he was going to change his name. I think it was Jeff McBride that suggested he change his name, which is cool.
Oh.
So there we go.
Yeah, I don't know. Almost Psychic versus Judgmentalist. Oh, I just got it. Yeah, the Judgmentalist is a lot better. Yeah, that's great. Oh, wow, I was very slow on that uptake. It's been days.
Yeah. I do like the Almost Psychic, but Judgmentalist is very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just saw the ticket. That's pretty cool. The ones I need to do is it's going to have to be very different to that. It's for Ed Sheeran. It's okay. I can talk about it because this person's kids don't listen to Hey Buddy Nice podcast. And if they do, why are you listening to this? Every episode, except for one that I forgot to mark, is marked explicit. So, but no, the mother's getting them tickets to Ed Sheeran. So, but then they're not physical tickets. So it's just wants me to make up something. So I'll do that. Damn it, I should have put up a commission form for this to fill in.
You can still do that.
No, it's the Christmas spirit, which is usually for me a fine bourbon. But aside from this, have you started Oh no, you've still got about a week until the next Penn and Teller bi-weekly, don't you? That's not this weekend. Yeah.
No,
Good.
That's next weekend. Or this weekend coming when this launches.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do for it.
We'll have a bit of a brainstorm after.
Yeah. There's the option of just redoing the Merry Fool Us bit. Because it will be for Christmas. That's the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I'll have a think. What about you? What's happening in Wayne's World of Art?
Well, I was almost going to have you draw something for me. I say that. I was actually going to send through a commission form as well on top of that. Because I jokingly said, but seriously said, do you know how much shopping I still have to do for Christmas? I don't know what to get my grandmother. I have no clue. So
Vouchers
I'm
to
walking
the
through
one restaurant in Albany. How many times do we have to go through this?
There's 2 Italian restaurants.
Get an we love and support Matt Donnelly t-shirt.
Yeah, it won't arrive in time. But I was walking through what is it? A fabrics and haberdashery store, I guess you could call it.
Like Michael's.
And homewares. Yeah, that's right.
We've been in a Michael's.
Where we went and got the lettering for you to iron onto a shirt that said Mrs. Mouthfinger Butthole. Is that what it was? Yeah.
I think I binged that t-shirt afterward. It was bad.
Yeah. We watched that full tournament of Kez in the Mouthfinger Butthole tournament, starting off where she smashes, completely destroys Chris. Like, mate.
Really?
Yeah, I say that. I think it was 2-2, and then Kez got the third win. But they kept on tying every time. It was 1, 2, 3, shoot. Is it mouth, finger, mouth, butthole. Oh, but it was so good. It's such a shame, though, at the end against that. I can't remember his name now, even though I just watched it. Damon, yes. And Damon defeated Kez. It would have been so good if she had gone all the way, though. Because I
vividly remember taking a picture of Kez on stage and tweeting at you on my way to steal your wife.
Yeah. Because as we know, the winner of the Mouthfinger Butthole tournament won the option to marry Brogan.
Yeah. Wins the right to ask for my hand in marriage.
Exactly. And
that still stands.
Kez was saying afterwards that she didn't really care about it until, right at the end.
You can tell.
Then watching the video, it's like down to 4-0 in this final round against Damon, and then the crowd just starts chanting for her to make a comeback to win. It would have been so good. And I totally forgot that Brent was on stage with Matt doing the commentary for it.
I'd forgotten that as well.
Yeah.
Do you even have the bit at the end where I thought Matt had forgotten to mention the Mouthfinger, and he starts talking about it, and I just hide behind you and Kez.
Yeah. I did see you take off of it. Where were we going with this? It was in art talk. It was commissions. I don't know why we were talking about Mouthfinger Butthole tournaments and stuff.
Michael's, haberdashery stores.
Michael's. Yeah, so I was walking through there and saw some frames, some nice picture frames. It's like, there we go. I can draw a nice picture of me, my brothers, and my grandmother, and frame that up and give that to her. She's not listening, so I have no issue saying this. But then I realized I don't have skills. I don't think I can do that. Maybe Brogan can. Brogan's people look more recognizable, but then I don't want to burden Brogan with having to try and draw people that are actual people that aren't Penn and or Teller. And it's and if I have concerns about doing it myself, surely someone else is going to have concerns of doing it, especially if they're doing it under commission and getting paid for it. It's I don't want to fuck this. It's I can't put this stress on Brogan. It'll be too much. But then, it turns out I forget sometimes that I can kind of draw. So it worked out nicely. And you know what? Some of this shit, I didn't even have to take a second pass at. It's
that's not bad.
I drew Ryan's hair and it looks good. It's insane. Who'd have
That's
thought
always good when you
existed?
get it right first time.
I'm not saying it looks like his hair, but it looks passable for hair. That's all I'm saying. But then again, John is wearing a cap, and I did actually steal your hair to put on John, poking out behind the cap.
Yeah.
So it's stolen. It's warped a little bit. But yeah, there we go. Same sort of color as well. So that's what made me think of that. Other than that, something finally came to fruition, which I can now really talk about, I guess, because... Not that he ever would listen to our podcast, but Piff the Magic Dragon. I made a gift for Piff the Magic Dragon. As we all know, I draw the, this is Piff's words, the official Piff the Magic Dragon comic. It's not my words, they're Piff's words.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Verifiable.
Yeah, it's right. You can see it. It's said, I don't know, is it on... both episodes or just the patron-only episode? That'd be terrible. But for only
I can't remember actually. It's been a little while since I have both of them saved in my favourites on YouTube because I enjoy watching them. Because Matt is wearing a t-shirt I designed as well, which is even funnier.
Which shirt is he wearing?
He's wearing the Abracababble one.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yeah, that's right. But look, if only there was a way that you could see these videos. I mean, if there was a place that you could go to on the internet, something like nicepodbud.com/friends-of-HBNP. I've got to change that URL. But if you go to the very close and personal friends of the co-host... Huh? Buddies, there you go, perfect. Yeah, so nicepodbud.com/buddies, and that takes you to the very close and personal friends of the co-host of the podcast, Hey Buddy Nice Podcast, are also hosts of other podcasts section of our website. And you'll scroll down to Piff the Magic Dragon, and there's links to both videos. So there you go. You can watch them both and listen to both episodes. But I was like, Piff has done considerable amount for me, I think. Both times we've been to Vegas, both him and Jade have taken care of me and Kez, and this is before I was even doing the comics as well. And Piff has been nothing, and Jade, of course, nothing but supportive of the comic. And I don't think anyone else has been more supportive of the Piff comic. And it definitely has had an effect on Not So Good at This as well, and of course Sad Pirate. So I want to do something nice for them. So I made a book of all the Piff the Magic Dragon comics that had been published to date. And now I say I made a book. I went to an online photo book website and made a photo book, which is not cheap. It was expensive. It probably would have been cheaper to make my own book. But in having said that, it was better priced than I thought it would be. So I was very happy with it. But then I realized there's a lot of free space on these pages. So just with how some of the comics are size-wise and that. So it's like, this gives me an opportunity just to write things in there to Piff and Jade. And this is a one-of-one copy. No other copies of this book will be made. So there's little jokes in there just for them. There's a fake copyright page and stuff filled with jokes as well. Even the blurb on the back, I think, what did I say? Something along... I refer to myself as being a sycophant, basically. And yeah, it was just a nice thing that I felt would be appreciated. And I heard back from Piff, and he loves it, so that's great. I assume Jade does as well. So, but they're
both just the best.
Look, Piff is great. Piff is the best, but Jade is one level higher of being the best.
Jade is the queen of Vegas and queen of our hearts.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, I've drawn some. I've drawn things that I've done some challenging things. One of them is not being posted yet, so I can't really talk about it. But it's a comic for what's his name? Blanking. Scoop John B.
It's usually Scoop John B.
It's Scoop John B. He wanted a comic, but not just a comic. He wanted animation in this comic.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll show you after this, but it's looking okay so far. But it's stuff that I've kind of done before, and just working out the best way to do it. And it's we can say this. It's Floaty Cat related.
Oh, so I love Floaty Cat.
I think I've only drawn 2 or 3 Floaty Cats. I need to draw some more. But yeah, I'll show you that final product, and then look, sometime next year you'll hear about it in the Not So Good at This podcast, which isn't happening this week because I don't want to. I've not been posting enough of my backlog of comics. I'm being very lazy. I say that
we're
every
taking
week.
A break for winter.
Yes. I'm only managing to draw 1 comic a week at the moment as well, which is annoying. Just due to work and that. Are you you've had a week off, but are you finding more or harder or easier to draw comics lately? Well, not comics, just whatever you draw. Pen and
just stuff in general.
Everything. Yeah.
I think I'm finding it harder than I expected. Like, I expected to get a lot more done being off this week than I did. I mean, art-wise. Yeah. But I really haven't got anything done.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't posted an animatic in a very long time. I haven't done an animatic in a very long time. Art's hard, man. Art's very hard.
It's terrible.
So I think outside of... I have 2 things I want to work on before Christmas. One of them being the Penn and Teller bit, which won't be hugely tough, I think. But one of them is another secret thing, which I'll mention later.
All the secret things.
All the secret things, which I don't think will be too bad. But like inspiration in general, I think I might have to take a break for a couple of weeks and just, I don't know, feeling a little bit burned out.
Yeah. See, I thought I was getting back into a groove, but not really.
No.
It lasted for a week or 2, and then it sort of disappeared. Oh, we do have more art talk, but we're going to have to hold off. And you know what? I think it's more appropriate for next episode anyway, because it is still holiday themed, even though it's a little bit late because it's more Thanksgiving themed. But we'll bring that up next episode. But look, it's probably too late now. But surely you've disappointed, or you're going to disappoint family and friends this Christmas season. You're going to either forget to buy them a nice gift, or you're going to buy them something terrible. So you know what you may as well do? You may as well go to nicepodbud.com/store, buy them something nice, Be like, hey guys, it's merchandise. It's not from my favorite podcast. It might, maybe top 5.
It's from a
Let's go with
podcast that exists.
Yeah, there you go. It's something that I have listened to, and I would say you should listen to it too, but you're probably not going to understand anything that either of the hosts are saying because they've both got funny accents.
To quote Justin Robert Young, I haven't listened to it, so if it's shit, it's your fault.
Yeah, that's right. So if we are putting on a terrible show, dear listener, it is your fault. But yeah, buy something nice. There's some nice stuff there. Oh, my mother bought something.
Did she?
Yes, it was the I Learn Lessons cat.
Oh,
she bought a mug
I've seen
of
that come through.
Yeah,
nice.
Yep. But look, you can. We're about to do next episode. We're going to do some reviews, not reviews. We're going to talk about some user submitted art, and you can submit your art too over at nicepodbud.com. There's a contact form button link at the top, or email us admin@nicepodbud.com. That's probably easier because you can attach images if you want, or you can just attach links. That's fine. We've got the internet. We know how technology kind of works sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can click on that stuff. You can also find us on all social media at NicePodBud. So that includes things like Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, sometimes on Imager. But not just that, you can talk to Brogan directly on social media channels at 7 billion needles. And that's the numeral 7 words, billion needles.
Yes, and you can find Wayne at Wayne Geo on social media platforms.
Yeah. Why do I call them platforms? It makes me think of Mario Brothers. Oh, we talked about Mario movie last time, didn't we? I don't want to bring that up again. I'm already giving myself PTSD. Fucking Chris Pratt, man.
I know. The crispy rat. Fuck him.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
And as always, stay fresh, cheese bags.